really lacking in any area. But if you pull straight up, the winner is. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, man. Probably the most anticipated case battle that I've done so far, the most that I've probably been asked about. And of course, it's only right, man, because these are versus number one versus the number two top case of my recent best cases for the iPhone 13 Pro. And we got the Pitaka MagEZ Pro case, which was the number one case in that lineup, versus the number two case, the Phone Rebel Gen 3. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into these. We're going to talk about a few categories. We're going to go ahead and get into price, build quality, MagSafe strength, protection, and I think the other one is how snug it fits on the phone. All right, we're going to talk about all those, and we're going to see if there's a winner, or let's see if the Phone Rebel has moved up to number one, or if everything kind of stays put with the Pitaka being number one and Phone Rebel being number two. Since that last video, I have had a lot of time to use these, especially with now the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which both of these cases are in heavy rotation. So let's go ahead and start off with the first thing. Let's go ahead and start talking about the price. All right, now the price of this Pitaka MagEZ Pro case is going to be $64.99. But you already know the deal with what's going on with Pitaka. Now, they had some for sale on the website, but when I saw the website today, they were sold out again. But there are, at the time of this video, 15 Pitaka Pros for the 13 Pro Max in stock. Now, if you know, like I know, the stock of these have been so in and out. They've been out of stock for months and weeks. And so if you want one, you better get it, because the availability of these are super limited, man. These things are like a Jordan release. It's insane. But Pitaka case is going to be $64.99. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the Phone Rebel case, which is going to come in a lot cheaper at $42.99, which I feel like is a very nice price for this case. They're rarely available. You can get them either from Phone Rebel's website, which I do have a discount code down in the description below, and I'll be make sure to pin a comment so you can get a little bit of bucks off, and you can get them from Amazon. Now, they're not Amazon Prime where you're going to get them the same day or anything like that. I think they still have the same wait periods, normal shipping speed, as if you order them from the Phone Rebel website. But guess what? This is always available, and it is cheaper, so we already know who the winner of the price battle is. We got to give it to the Phone Rebel Gen 3 from just being available. If you want to go get this now, 2 weeks from now, I'm pretty sure it's going to be sitting there in stock and ready to go. You can't say the same about the Pitaka, man. Even when I did the top case video, this wasn't even available at the time, so it's so hard to promote and put a case at number one when you can't never get it. All right, so Phone Rebel Gen 3 got to win the battle when it comes to the actual price point. All right, now let's go ahead and move over to build quality, man, because these have very similar build quality, but I feel like one edges the other very, very slightly when it comes to the build quality. All right, now when it talks about the Phone Rebel Gen 3, this is going to be a rigid case. All right, hard material, you already know when it comes to this, very tight, keeps the structure of the actual case itself, not any flimsy material or anything like that, and that's what we love to see when it comes to cases. On the inside, you do get some felt material, and on of course you get that MagSafe, but this has like a very nice filling on the inside, which is going to protect your phone. When you flip it over the back, you get that raised camera lip, you get extra protection on the sides. Like I said, we'll talk about protection a little bit later on, but if you know me and the Phone Rebel, and if you watch my video review, there is one beef that I have with this case, and that comes with the buttons. Now, the buttons are held on by a little piece of adhesive and a little fabric little piece. So I can literally pull this adhesive off and peel the button right out. Now, with that being said, over this time period with me using, well, this is for the 13 Pro Max, but I had the same case for the 13 Pro. They didn't really pose an issue. Like, the buttons work fine. It's just the design of the buttons were a little bit iffy once you saw the inner workings of the case and you realize what was going on. So the buttons, although it is a little bit flawed, they still work good. Phone Rebel is actually coming out with an updated design that's going to actually fix the buttons, and then this case probably will be just about perfect. But for right now, we have to review the case that's currently shipping. When you place the order at the time of this video, they don't have the fixed buttons, I don't think, as of yet. So the build quality of this is very good. I just have a little bit of an issue when it comes to the button design and how they actually put them on the actual case itself. All right, now when it comes to the Pitaka MagEZ Pro case, this is going to be very similar. They have a very similar design with both of them being very rigid, being very strong. Got that nice felt lining on the inside. You got that MagSafe magnet right here. You get that same type of aramid fiber pattern that's on the actual back of it, which looks very good in both cases. So you get that all designed. You get that raised camera lip. Even on both, you get very subtle branding on the bottom. like I said, MagSafe felt lining on the inside. When it comes to the actual cutouts, what's different is the Pitaka just has equal cutouts on both sides, where the Phone Rebel actually have accurate cutouts if that's something that you care for. And coming over here to the buttons, like I said, Phone Rebel buttons, that you know what the deal of and what these are. And when it comes to the Pitaka, they're just raised with air slits, but guess what? They work fine. You know what I mean? They work perfect without any type of design flaw or anything like that. So for the build quality, I have to give this edge slightly to the Pitaka, because I feel like the Pitaka isn't really lacking in any area when it comes to the build quality, just slightly. Now, I'm not talking about protection. I'm talking about straight up how the case is built with the quality. All right. Now, since we got the Pitaka in hand, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about protection. And let's go ahead and grab both of them, because you have seen, if I'm not, I'm pretty sure you've seen Everything Apple Pro's drop test video. He actually has some of the most popular cases that I've done on this channel, and showing you dropping them at like 50 feet, like extreme drop tests. Now, the Pitaka Pro, it didn't survive, but the Phone Rebel survived, man. So even though that drop test is like excessive and just over the top, when we're talking about everyday drops that you may do in your real life, I have dropped both of these cases. I've dropped the Phone Rebel Gen 3 and I have dropped the Pitaka case, and both have kept the phone just fine. All right, I have dropped the Phone Rebel a few times. There's a few little war rooms on the corners, but it hides the drops very well. When you drop the Pitaka, it's a little bit more unforgiving, and you can actually see the damage being done to the case. So when it comes to straight up protection, and this one actually has shock absorption in the corners, you have more material on the sides, you have little lips around each of them. Even on the front, you still have raised edges on each corner. This just gives you more protection features than the Pitaka does. I mean, the Pitaka is protected, but I mean, you don't really have a lot of shock absorbing material when it comes to this case. So for straight up raw protection, if you're a person who drops your phone, I would definitely say the Phone Rebel Gen 3 is going to be the way to go, especially if you're looking for more protection. All right, so right now we got the score 2-1. The Phone Rebel is up with price and drop protection, and the Pitaka is hanging on with the straight up build quality. Now, let's go ahead and move to the next, and when we're talking about fit of it. All right, so let's go ahead and finally bring your iPhone over. Let's pop it up in here, and both of these cases fit absolutely amazing. All right, I've said this on my video review of both cases. They both fit good without any issues. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. On that top side, very, very stiff. Coming along the sides, you're going to have a little bit of pull by your buttons. All right, I think the Pitaka has less pull, but you get a little pull. It's not that really big of a deal. Coming along the bottom, no pull at all. When you get down here to the bottom, you're going to get a little bit of pull right there where the lightning port is, but everything snaps right back into place. All the corners, when you snap them in, all have a very nice snap. It's one of those cases that's not going to be popping off by itself. The fit is like a glove on this case, and I really couldn't ask for a better fit for the Phone Rebel. And that's just it. The thing fits so amazingly well, and with that, it doesn't even require that much work to actually get the case off. All right, now bringing the Pitaka over here, guess what? The Pitaka fits just as good. All right, this thing fits just as snug, maybe even a little bit more snug. No pull when it comes to the sides, the top, barely any pull when it comes to the sides. Coming down here, coming down, no pull and tug at all. Just a little bit of pull and tug right here. But guess what? This thing fits also just like a glove when it's popped all the way in, and that side wasn't popped in all the way, but it's good now. Popping each side in. I'm trying to just show you how to, every side pops in just fine. This case isn't going anywhere. Both of these cases fit your phone like an absolute glove, and you will not be disappointed with the fit of either one. So this one, it's only right to give this a tie because they both fit amazingly well without basically any compromises when it comes to the fit. All right, now next, let's go ahead and move to the last thing, which is going to be MagSafe strength. All right, now I was trying to find a way that I can basically show you which one has the stronger magnets, and the best way to show you this is to actually take the phone out of the case. All right, and we're going to test the MagSafe strength with just case and the actual charger itself. All right, so here's going to be the Pitaka. I can already feel it, so this kind of picks it up very easy. We all know the Pitaka probably, these two cases have the strongest MagSafe magnets out there on a case, period. But let's see which one actually has the strongest case. All right, so here is that. And now I'm going to do like the rapid test, the rapid pull to where see if the magnet still stays on it. All right, so I'm snatching it, and you have to really snatch it hard. But if you pull straight up, the Pitaka is not letting go at all when it comes to that. Now, let's go ahead and bring the Phone Rebel over here, which also tends to have a very strong magnet. You see that does a little bit of a drop. All right, so it easily picks it up and carries the phone just fine. But if we do a rapid pull, it does drop a little bit. All right, to where if you have the Pitaka, it drops, but it drops further. So it's holding on to it a little bit better than the actual Phone Rebel. Now, I knew this kind of going into the test, but the Pitaka definitely has the stronger magnet. There isn't any magnets that's stronger than this Pitaka MagEZ Pro right here. I don't know what they did, but the magnet that they'll use on this bad boy is strong. It is A1. And it just, it sticks to everything like glue, man. So we got to give the point to this one when it comes to the Pitaka. So if you pair all of these up, man, let's see who we got coming out on top, all right? So we got the Phone Rebel hitting you with the price, hitting you with the protection. We got the Pitaka hitting you with the MagSafe, hitting you with the build quality, and we have a tie for the actual snug fit on a phone. So the winner is, it has got to be a tie, all right? I'm going to tell you why, though. It's got to be a tie with the slight edge over the Pitaka. This being edging over the Phone Rebel just a little bit. And I'm going to tell you why. Some things that I like about this is, and let me go ahead and slap my phone in here. I know a lot of you probably want to see a clear winner, but honestly, it's so hard. The one thing that kind of bothers me a little bit about this case is sometimes by the buttons, and this is a super stickler, but sometimes it can kind of have a little bit of deformity right where the buttons are, but you don't have that issue when it comes to the Pitaka. This is tough, man. This is honestly straight up a super tough battle, and I have to give it a tie because both of these cases are phenomenal. That's why they were 1 and number 2, and I even said in that video that either one of these cases can be over the other when it comes to what do you see and what do you value when it comes to a top case. But the everyday use, let's take all extreme drop tests and everything like that to the side. Everyday use, both of these cases are going to serve you very well when you're talking about protection, when you're talking about quality, you're feeling your hand, day-to-day usage. Both of them are going to give you that. Now, when it comes to the Phone Rebel, you get kind of a little bit of variation because you can get a clear version, you can get a red version. So this one kind of takes the edge when you're talking about customization. But if you're talking about straight up case for case and what the case actually has, because you know with the Pitaka, there isn't any customization. This is the only colorway that you're going to get. But you can get a frosted version of the Rebel. You can get a red version, which I do have over there. You can get a red version of the Rebel. So either one of these, these are my sidekicks, man. When I leave up out the house, when I go up out of town, I'm taking the Phone Rebel with me. I'm taking the Pitaka with me. And right now, the Pitaka case is my daily case right now. Even I did do the very expensive Spigen Enzo. We're going to get that case of some case battle as well. But when I go, these are my 2 cases that I'm traveling with, all right? This weekend, I'm about to go out of town. I'm taking this with me, and I will be taking this one as a backup case because, yes, I do take up backup cases when I go out of town. So that's it, man. Here it's going to be, man. We got to go ahead and give these a tie. 2 very good cases, 2 of the best cases out there on the market. And I just would like to revisit this battle once the Phone Rebel gets those better buttons. I think the outcome might be a little bit better because any given day when I slap both of these cases on, I like them and I don't want to put the other one back on. But then the next day I put one back on and don't want to put the other back on. It's all Case Chronicles, all right? Case Chronicles. But that's going to conclude this case battle, man. We got to end it with a tie. Let me know if y'all want a bracket style. I'm thinking about making type of a bracket style when it comes to these case battles to make it a little bit more fun. And I actually just need to do the artwork and different things like that so you can follow along with the point system and everything like that. But we got a winner, Pitaka Pro. Let me know who your winner is down below. Later.